Hey, what's up YouTube? This is We All Juggle Knives and you are at Multi-Tool Monday. Today I have the Kilimanjaro brand Ascend Mini Multi-Tool. And I have noticed that this same multi-tool is sold by other brands. Okay, for example, Schrade also sells this multi-tool. So, it's made in China. Different companies can buy it and put their logo on it, but mine happens to be the Kilimanjaro branded version. Now this is a very small multi-tool. It's like a keychain style multi-tool. As you can see, it can fit in the palm of your hand. By my measure, the total length is 2 1/2 inches. And here's a size comparison for you with a variety of other very useful small keychain type multi-tools. Alright, from the left we have a Victorinox SD, that's the Stay Glow version. Then a Victorinox Mini Champ, the ALOX version, then a Gerber Dime, then the Ascend, a Style PS, and then a Leatherman Squirt. So as you can see, this Ascend is a little bit longer than the Leatherman Squirt, but a bit shorter than the Leatherman Style PS. Now as you can see here, the Ascend, the Squirt, and the Dime, they all have as their basis of their tool sets the mini pliers and the mini scissors. And that is a great basis for a keychain tool. Pretty much the reason that I got one of these in the first place, one of the Ascends, is because any mini tool that has the mini pliers and the scissors, I'm at least going to take a look at. However, the Ascend is actually more similar to this, the Leatherman Style PS, because this is bladeless, and so is that. Okay, so what's the whole tool set? Well, you got the mini pliers right there, and the scissors. Now they do cut. They do cut. They're well made. And this actually has tweezers right there. That's pretty cool. They're similar to like Victorinox tweezers. It also has 2 screwdrivers, right? You got the flathead and a flattened Phillips. And there's also a nail file surface on this one. And you have a bottle opener. And just like on the Gerber Dime, right, you do not have to fold anything out. It's just right there. Okay, so to summarize things, you've got tweezers, you've got a nail file, 2 screwdrivers, mini pliers, a bottle opener, and mini scissors. I do like that tool set. The pliers and the scissors, super useful. 2 screwdrivers, also quite useful. I did notice they give you a larger flathead than you would get on, let's say, a Victorinox SD. It's a little bit questionable because the screwdriver on the SD is super useful, so you could argue maybe that should have been smaller. Overall, this is a useful tool set. I like that it doesn't have a blade because realistically, almost all my subscribers are going to be carrying a larger folding knife with this, so it doesn't need a blade. Also, because it is bladeless, you can get it through, you can go through security in more places, depending. Maybe some places consider the scissors a blade. I don't know, they keep changing the rules, but there are a lot of places where you would be able to get through security with this because it has no knife blade. I do like how they've integrated the bottle opener, because when you compare it to the Dime's bottle opener adds a lot of length to the Dime, whereas this, it overlaps with this, the end of this handle here. So yeah, I like that design better. And here is that comparison I was talking about between the screwdriver on a Victorinox SD and on the Ascend. So you see that. I think it's pretty much been established that this is one of the most useful sizes of screwdriver. I mean, judging by how many people love the SD. Now, if I could change anything on this, I would make this part right here smaller, the keychain slot. They could shave this down and just make it smaller, and it would still be large enough to put on a key ring. Because you see this, it does add some length, and the whole point of these type of tools is to be as compact as possible. So I would make that part smaller. So is there anything else I would add? Well, if they could, I think it would be cool if they could add like a little pen to this, because it's useful to have a small pen on your keychain. And if they did put a blade on this, I think they should put a little blade like this. Right, you see this little keychain utility cutter, because if you look at the size of this blade, it's totally doable that they could basically integrate something like this just into one of the handle scales. That would be sweet, a little utility cutter. So yeah, that would kind of be my dream fantasy keychain multi-tool. So my final thoughts on the Ascend multi-tool. I like it. It's a fairly well-designed multi-tool, and I do think it would be extremely useful on your keychain. Now it does have some very stiff competition with the dime and the squirt and the style PS. Yeah, there's definitely some stiff competition, but fortunately this size of multi-tool is not very expensive, so it's not really an either-or proposition. I could definitely see people picking this up, and since my dime cost me $18 when I got it, and the lowest I paid for a squirt was $22, if they can keep the price below the competition, I think this is a solid contender. I will include the Amazon link to this as well as the other multi-tools that I've shown in this video. Okay, YouTube, well, this has been another Multi-Tool Monday. This has been We All Juggle Knives. Stay tuned for many more. I'm out.